Welcome back to our channel where we provide updates and undisclosed narratives on Catherine, Princess of Wales and her royal family. We provide you with the exciting news. Princess Catherine just revealed. Major statement about fourth baby. Recent media reports indicate that the Princess of Wales is expecting her fourth child. Kensington Palace has said that these claims lack substantiation. Nonetheless, the supposition arises amidst significant personal and public challenges for the royal family. The Princess of Wales and King Charles III have had considerable health challenges in the previous year, with royal insiders earlier asserting that the king's cancer diagnosis was more grave than officially recognized. The assertions remain unverified. In this environment of heightened scrutiny and apprehension, every potential addition to the Wales family is meticulously observed both by the immediate family and due to the public's reception of royal news during periods of fragility. Sources indicate that the Prince and Princess of Wales are open to having a fourth child, joining their existing family of Prince George, Princess Charlotte, and Prince Louis. This development would be seen by the public and media as a private family event, and a notable milestone for a household that has encountered public challenges in recent months. The potential pregnancy prompts inquiries about the princess's ability to navigate another gestation and how both parents will equilibrate familial responsibilities with their official duties, particularly in light of her recent health challenges and slow reintegration into public life after cancer treatment. In addition to conjecture, there are pragmatic considerations: the manner of family disclosure, the coordination of medical treatment with public engagements, the choice between private or hospital deliveries, and the royal household's management of media attention. These inquiries extend beyond logistics. They examine the modern monarchy's challenges with privacy and visibility, the evolving responsibilities of senior royals as parents and public officials, and the influence of personal narratives on institutional viewpoints. Consequently, another child would be influenced by their personal history, civic responsibilities, and media culture. A chronicle of public motherhood. The possibility of a fourth pregnancy has generated interest in the princess's open discourse about pregnancy and early motherhood. Royal pregnancies were conventionally managed, discreetly expecting royal women often retreated from public appearances and re-emerged with a flawless appearance for the media. This tendency aligned with constitutional and cultural practices that safeguarded the monarchy's confidentiality and its perception of continuity and stability. The monarchy has relied on image as much as institutional continuity. Thus, public announcements, meticulously timed photographs, and tightly controlled access to the mother and infant were customary. In recent years, the Princess of Wales has openly addressed the challenging and less appealing aspects of pregnancy and childbirth, thus altering the prevailing mindset. Her frankness has transformed the public's perspective of royal motherhood from an almost mythical ideal to one that acknowledges hardship challenges and the quotidian realities of parenthood. This transition aligns with broader societal trends that promote transparency on health and mental well-being, as well as the expectation for public people to address their vulnerabilities. In 2020, the princess discussed her experience of giving birth to Prince George, her first child born in 2013, on Giovanna Fletcher's Happy Mum, Happy Baby podcast. She diagnosed hyperemesis gravidarum, a severe form of nausea and vomiting during pregnancy that may lead to dehydration, weight loss, and physical impairment. She said that the condition affected all three of her pregnancies, making each one physically and emotionally challenging for her and her family. She said, "I experienced severe morning sickness, providing a rare, humanizing glimpse into the personal challenges of pregnancy, even for prominent individuals." Misconceptions about hyperemesis gravidarum are prevalent. A significant number of women need intravenous fluids or antiemetic medications beyond the first trimester, due to the physical repercussions that may overshadow daily activities. It may also precipitate anxiety and despair, because to persistent physical pain, a feeling of helplessness from chronic symptoms and societal pressures to perform well. The princess's candidness on her condition, particularly in light of the extensive media scrutiny around her, facilitated dialogue and highlighted the experiences of women sometimes overlooked or dismissed. The princess said that her persistent nausea and vomiting compelled her to explore mind-body treatments to manage the physical and psychological impact. She found hypnobirthing a method that employs self-hypnosis, guided relaxation, focused breathing, and visualization to alleviate labor anxiety and pain. She said that she used the approach for her own benefit rather than in conjunction with a partner. She said, "I truly witnessed its efficacy, particularly the meditation and deep breathing techniques taught in hypnobirthing during my illness." General hypnobirthing reinterprets labor as a physiological event instead of a distressing medical emergency. By promoting tranquility, confidence in the body, and controlled respiration, practitioners aim to recondition detrimental subconscious labor responses. Clinical and anecdotal data indicates that the method may assist women in aligning with their body's natural cycles. Hypnobirthing may facilitate the release of chemicals like as oxytocin and endorphins associated with uterine contractions, bonding, and analgesia, while diminishing stress hormones like adrenaline, which may impede contractions and extend labor duration. Advocates contend that the synergistic physiological effects may enhance labor efficiency, reduce medical interventions, diminish the risk of postnatal depression for certain women, and augment agency and control during delivery. These arguments do not imply that hypnobirthing is a universal solution for all childbirth experiences. They demonstrate how relaxation and focused breathing may alter the subjective experience of labor and maybe influence physiological responses in certain women. The clinical literature on hypnobirthing is inconsistent. Many controlled trials indicate less anxiety and lowered intervention rates, whilst others highlight the challenge of separating psychological approaches from environmental elements like as medical treatment, birthing environment, and social support. Systematic reviews often advocate for bigger, more robust research to get conclusive results. The princess's endorsement of these practices as personally beneficial highlighted a maternal self-care approach that integrates psychological coping strategies with physiological effects. Hypnobirthing employs controlled breathing, progressive muscle relaxation, mental coping strategies, and guided visualization to alleviate fear and promote calmness. Support guided by partners, subdued lighting, and music, along with a narrative that presents childbirth as a purposeful process rather than one necessitating medical intervention, are also used. Public figures discussing non-pharmacological coping strategies may reduce stigma and broaden the discourse around the alternatives available to expectant parents. This may initiate a more inclusive public discourse about delivery possibilities, including the potential integration of medicalized and personal procedures depending on clinical necessities. The princess also addressed the emotional impact of her prolonged illness on her family. She candidly articulated how her husband, the Prince of Wales, saw her suffering and felt powerless to assist. "William felt powerless to assist, and it is challenging for others to witness your suffering without the capacity to intervene," she said, underscoring the anguish of observing a loved one in illness. The statement contextualizes the royal household's experience. Despite access to medical resources and public support, illness may be profound and solitary. Despite hyperemesis gravidarum rendering the princess unable to consume substantial food, she was astonished at the body's capacity to sustain developing life. "It captivated me. I was unwell and not consuming adequately, yet my body managed to assimilate all the nutrients and generate new life, which I find fascinating," she said, contemplating biological resilience and the paradox of pregnancy under adverse circumstances. The meditation connected the emotional and biological aspects, emphasizing the vulnerability and enigma of pregnancy. Establishing dietary preferences and habits alleviated persistent nausea. The princess reportedly took solace in thinly sliced pickles on brown toast and avocados throughout her pregnancy. During her first pregnancy, vegetable curry provided a sense of comfort as well. In Upper Bucklebury, Berkshire, individuals with little interaction with the family provided prepared meals and conveyed condolences, illustrating how community networks and basic culinary comforts may assist during challenging pregnancy phases. Despite its private nature, this information contributed to depicting the princess as a relatable figure who faced similar physical challenges and coping strategies as other mothers. By revealing such trivialities, culinary inclinations, commonplace comforts, a senior royal diminished the divide between the institution and the populace. It revealed to typical parents the challenges of a household apart from daily existence. The princess's revelations personalized a struggling institution at a period when compassion for individual suffering might foster extensive benevolence. Her candor on pregnancy has transformed the popular perception of royal motherhood. The princess's frankness with her difficulties has subverted the traditional portrayal of an always calm royal mother, so associating the monarchy, at least in her public depiction, more intimately with the experiences of ordinary parents. Due to her openness, discussions about a fourth pregnancy unavoidably focus on how she would manage another child while recuperating from previous health concerns. Her prior honesty suggests she may once again be candid about her situation. However, the amount of information she discloses will mostly depend on personal privacy and public curiosity. The Prince of Wales, prioritizing fatherhood. The Prince of Wales, as the heir to the throne and bound by constitutional obligations, often asserts that his first duty is fatherhood. He and the Princess of Wales have 3 offspring: Prince George, born on 22 July 2013, Princess Charlotte, born on 2 May 2015, and Prince Louis, born on 23 April 2018. The world has seen youngsters develop distinct personalities via candid family interactions, and Prince William has expressed his intention to nurture them in a way that ensures stability, empathy, and a connection to life outside royal conventions. William generally articulates his parenting objectives with clarity. In 2016, he asserted, "I am concentrating on parenthood. As a new parent, I regard my duties and responsibilities to my family with utmost seriousness, and I aspire to nurture my children into kind individuals." This declaration underscores his commitment to care and character development. He seems to have been shaped by his late mother Diana, Princess of Wales, renowned for her hands-on and emotionally invested parenting style, frequently prioritizing genuine experiences over royal conventions to familiarize her sons with life beyond the confines of the palace. William has expressed this in interviews. In 2017, he stated to British GQ, "I want to raise George in a genuine, vibrant environment. Rather than growing up in a palace, he should be outdoors." The media complicates this, but I will strive for them to have a conventional life. The couple's decisions regarding education, domestic life, and their children's restricted public appearances have been influenced by their intent to shield their children from the detrimental impacts of fame and to afford them ordinary experiences such as schooling vacations and family outings. This encompasses limited media exposure, educational choices that balance normalcy with security, and deliberate efforts to ensure their children have privacy and recreational time away from cameras. William's role as a father has been apparent for years. During his wife's 3rd pregnancy, when she suffered from hyperemesis gravidarum, William took Prince George to his first day at Thomas's Battersea alone. This moment was poignant for both father and son. William later recounted a conversation with another parent who was more distressed by the separation than George, underscoring the universality of parental anxieties and the shared human experience of allowing children to grow independent. The public appreciated the image of a senior royal engaging in such a fundamental parental duty as it harmonized institutional and domestic responsibilities. The family has provided meticulously monitored insights into their private lives through photographs, many of which the princess has captured. The prince's 2024 birthday image, featuring him and his 3 children joyfully playing on a beach, resonated with the public as a sincere and cheerful depiction of familial life. Numerous observers have noted that these instances serve to humanize the couple and underscore the significance of family in their public identities. The use of self-taken photographs reflects a desire to control the family narrative, fostering warmth and familiarity while preserving boundaries. Williams's proactive approach to domestic responsibilities is evident in lighter anecdotes. During a visit to a community farm, he humorously remarked that the family owns pet guinea pigs and that he frequently cleans their cage due to the children's forgetfulness. These minor revelations normalize his parenting role and illustrate a typical household presence amidst his remarkable public persona. The prince emphasizes individual time with his children. In July 2023, he and Prince George were photographed enjoying pizza at a cricket match, exemplifying a typical father-son interaction. This image, along with the couple's relaxed demeanor and mutual enjoyment, illustrates their commitment to family traditions despite their public roles. William has articulated the importance of weekends, UK holidays, and active participation in school runs and extracurricular activities in interviews and public addresses to reinforce family life. Their parenting prioritizes service and empathy. Prince William and Prince Louis participated in the Big Help Out initiative shortly after King Charles III's coronation to promote volunteerism and community engagement. Prince William was observed assisting Louis in operating a digger. This event served as both an educational experience in civic involvement and a representation of the royal family's philanthropic ethos, particularly highlighting the princess's active social engagement. It illustrated how the duo integrated civic education with domestic life to embody their public principles. Bedtime reading imparts moral lessons. William stated that he read Homewards, a children's book addressing homelessness to Prince Louis to elucidate complex societal issues. These approaches seek to instill compassion and social responsibility in youth. The couple's emphasis on mental health and community engagement encompasses storytelling as a means to foster empathy and philanthropy in children. Mental health and emotional literacy are the couple's foremost public priorities. William and his wife have emphasized the importance of destigmatizing discussions surrounding mental health. He stated, "Catherine and I are unequivocal in our desire for both George and Charlotte to grow up feeling empowered to articulate their emotions and feelings, with the objective of nurturing emotionally intelligent children who are at ease in expressing their sentiments." William aspires for younger generations to convey emotions and accept vulnerability, which are vital for resilience and robust relationships. William characterizes fatherhood as a transformative experience. He remarked in 2016, "I'm a lot more emotional than I used to be." Referring to his son George as a cheeky little rascal and raising a daughter, he stated, "I adore my children very much, and I've learned a lot about myself and about family just from having my own children." He acknowledges the inherent anxieties of parenting, describing it as encompassing beautiful highs and beautiful lows. William has articulated a common parental concern regarding the future and the world his children will inherit, which shapes his public endeavors and informs his aspiration to leave a positive legacy. William's statements and actions depict a modern father who regards parenting as equally significant as civic responsibility. His capacity to balance this obligation with royal duties has become a focal point for public scrutiny regarding the monarchy's adaptability to contemporary parenting roles. Should the couple have a fourth child, observers would monitor how they incorporate it into their meticulously structured family life, and whether they uphold their privacy-managed disclosures and public narrative. Adversity fortifies collaboration. Few couples anticipated that the marital vows of the prince and princess made on 29 April 2011 to support one another in sickness and in health would be publicly challenged in 2024. Following weeks of uncertainty regarding her health after a planned abdominal procedure, the Princess of Wales revealed in a video that she had cancer and was undergoing preventative chemotherapy in March. This candid message was disseminated and received with profound sorrow. The princess's announcement exacerbated public concern as it coincided with the king's cancer treatment, resulting in an unparalleled royal health crisis. The Prince of Wales was required to assist his wife during her treatment, attend to his father during his hospitalization, fulfill public obligations, and ensure stability for their 3 young children. In light of these circumstances, William curtailed his public engagements to prioritize his family's needs. This deliberate withdrawal from the public eye aimed to offer George, Charlotte, and Louis a consistent parental presence as they processed information regarding their mother and grandfather. Such circumstances necessitate a highly personal and legally sensitive equilibrium between privacy and public duty. Senior royals are often compelled to navigate the dichotomy between familial obligations and the perpetuation of the national institution. The management of public disclosures regarding illness, determining what information to divulge, the timing of statements, and the decision to defer or uphold engagements, embodies both personal discretion and strategic considerations regarding institutional perception. The Wales family emphasized compassionate care and controlled communication to transparently elucidate situations while preserving dignity and stability. On June 15, 2024, the princess made her inaugural public appearance following her diagnosis on the balcony during Trooping the Colour the King's birthday celebration. She, along with other senior family members, conveyed a powerful message of familial unity and resilience that day. Numerous royal critics interpreted the event as a demonstration of solidarity for the king and a defiance against personal adversity. In an observation on the balcony, body language expert Noor Hibbert noted the princess's smile broadening as the prince looked at her. It exhibited genuine care and affection, Hibbert remarked, suggesting that the couple's bond had endured recent challenges. The princess expressed gratitude for her husband's support in her initial announcement. "Having William by my side is a significant source of comfort and reassurance," she stated in the March video highlighting their bond during her illness. In the following months, she provided measured and candid public updates. On June 14th, she noted that she was making good progress, but not out of the woods yet. She characterized her experience as variable, good days and bad days, and mentioned that on better days she could re-engage with her children's school life and do a little work from home. She expressed appreciation for the public's support, stating it had made a world of difference. In public, the prince exhibited composure and poise. He accepted cards and flowers from admirers on behalf of his wife and responded with concise uniform reassurances, frequently stating, "We're all doing well." This demonstrated a preference for privacy while addressing public concern without revealing excessive personal details. A broader strategy to manage public curiosity while allowing the family space to recover and adapt encompasses this restraint. Carol and Michael Middleton, the princess's parents, offered both practical and emotional support. During a challenging period, the prince's strong relationship with his in-laws provided him with stability. At Royal Ascot in June, the prince was photographed assisting Carol Middleton in retrieving a shoe from the grass, a modest domestic act that illustrated their bond. These interactions underscored the concept of an extended family, aiding the princess during her rehabilitation. The extended family plays an invisible yet vital role in royal caregiving during illness. Provision of meals, childcare, and errands can facilitate the recovery of many notable individuals. The willingness of in-laws to step into the public eye further illustrates the couple's private support system, assuring the public that children are being attended to and the household is functioning, despite the illness of senior members. The princess prudently re-entered public life following the restoration of her therapy and strength. Many perceived her July Wimbledon attendance with Princess Charlotte as a personal engagement and an indication of her gradual reintegration into public life. She participated in the November Festival of Remembrance and the December Together at Christmas carol service at Westminster Abbey, both of which required meticulous preparation and timing to accommodate her recovery. Each appearance was regarded as a carefully orchestrated narrative of recovery, rather than merely a scheduled event. In September 2024, the princess released a video announcing the conclusion of her chemotherapy. The footage featured familial memories and recounted the preceding months. She expressed gratitude for the support received, stating, "It has been an incredibly tough couple of months for our entire family." She remarked that confronting a significant illness can change you in an instant, amplifying vulnerability and humility. She described the cancer journey as complex, frightening, and unpredictable, noting that its emotional ramifications impact everyone close to them. The diagnosis, treatment, public disclosure, and recovery in 2024 challenged the couple's relationship and public image. Their management of the health crisis has been seen as strengthening their marriage, which royal biographer Robert Jobson described as unshakable. The public's reaction to unfounded claims regarding a fourth child illustrates a narrative of resilience and renewal. Following a tumultuous year, the prospect of an additional member in the Wales family is perceived as a hopeful indication, a metaphorical shift towards the future after adversity and disruption. A new infant is regarded as a personal boon for the family, and a communal emblem of restoration continuity and the tenacity of human connections amidst challenges. This narrative is accompanied by heightened journalistic and ethical considerations concerning the press's treatment of private matters. Critics assert that unverified pregnancy rumors perpetuate an invasive cycle where public curiosity supersedes personal dignity. Conversely, some contend that senior royals possess a unique public role, and significant personal developments will naturally attract scrutiny. The ongoing dispute illustrates the delicate balance between the dissemination of pertinent public information regarding individuals associated with national institutions and the right of any individual, irrespective of status, to manage private familial issues with confidentiality. Recent advancements in news production and consumption have intensified this conflict. Social media amplifies rumors and unfounded allegations. Tabloid exclusivity may compel families to swiftly affirm or deny narratives, and immediate criticism can surpass credible reporting. The press and public commentators have increasingly advocated for enhanced privacy, particularly concerning health issues. Legal and societal concerns regarding intrusion data privacy and paparazzi impact pregnancy coverage, pragmatics and significance, interpretation of new arrival. Upon confirmation of a fourth pregnancy, the family would encounter significant logistical challenges. Medical appointments and antenatal care must be coordinated with existing responsibilities. Decisions regarding the birthplace, whether to adhere to previous choices, such as the Lindo wing of St. Mary's Hospital in Paddington, where the princess's 3 children were delivered, or to opt for a private home birth or an alternative hospital, would require consultation with healthcare professionals. And considerations regarding security, childcare, and educational arrangements would be imperative. The public status of the parents further complicates these issues, as any decisions made will be subject to scrutiny regarding the couple's intentions and values. The welfare of the existing children and the emotional implications of introducing a sibling will also be evaluated. The couple's presentation, private family photographs, limited official images, or a broader public announcement will signify how they intend to integrate the event into their public narrative. To balance public scrutiny with the family's wish for privacy, a succinct statement, official photograph, and measured initial reveal have been utilized previously. From a constitutional perspective, an additional child would introduce another individual to the couple's network of parental and civic responsibilities without affecting the direct line of succession. In recent years, amendments such as the Succession to the Crown Act 2013 have modernized royal regulations. However, births within senior royal families continue to evoke personal joy and institutional intrigue. Any new addition would hold significance for the parents and be important for an institution that ensures continuity for many in the UK and beyond. How can one reconcile public duty commitments with early childhood requirements? This presents a genuine policy and employment challenge. Parental leave, flexible work arrangements, and privacy are crucial to contemporary work-life balance considerations. The decisions made by the Wales family, such as whether the prince will persist in limiting public duties during intensive family care, whether the princess will diminish or stagger her engagements, and the extent of extended family support accepted, serve as minor case studies for how prominent public figures exemplify domestic responsibility. The media's portrayal of a new pregnancy, whether as a private personal story, a symbol of national renewal, or an invasive inquiry into due dates, medical information, and delivery plans, would be enlightening. The couple has favored managing the narrative in recent years. This tendency is expected to persist as they determine the extent and timing of their disclosures. Ethics, public interest, and personal narrative. The proposition of a fourth child presents ethical dilemmas regarding prominent figures and the public's entitlement to information. Senior royals are private individuals and familial relations, yet they simultaneously serve as state officials within a constitutional framework that mandates public accountability and visibility. Discussions surrounding transparency are well established. Proponents of openness argue that the lives of senior royals are of public significance as they influence national identity and civic engagement. Conversely, detractors contend that undue scrutiny of private matters may undermine dignity and obscure the distinction between institutional transparency and voyeurism. The princess's health disclosures have maintained a judicious equilibrium between transparency and discretion. Her cancer announcement and subsequent updates were strategically communicated, offering sufficient information to cultivate understanding and empathy while eschewing superfluous details. This balance enables public institutions and the media to express compassion without necessitating intrusive coverage of every development. The couple's management of pregnancy rumors, if accurate, will challenge these boundaries and the public's interest in private matters. Narratives surrounding the royal family often embody societal anxieties and ambitions. The family's persistent health issues render the notion of renewal through childbirth especially significant. Concurrently, speculation may distress the individuals involved. Ethical journalism and analysis must acknowledge the human implications and understand that personal milestones profoundly impact the family in enduring ways. Concluding reflections. Kensington Palace has not confirmed it yet. Speculation regarding the Princess of Wales's potential pregnancy with a fourth child has intertwined personal health narratives and public responsibilities in an unprecedented manner within royal history. The princess's cancer diagnosis and treatment alongside the king's health concerns have exerted pressure on the family and elicited public empathy over the past year. Consequently, news regarding family expansion is meticulously scrutinized and analyzed. The princess's forthrightness regarding her challenging pregnancies, hyperemesis, gravidarum, hypnobirthing, and the emotional and physical aspects of motherhood has rendered her more relatable and altered perceptions of royal maternity. The Prince of Wales's consistent emphasis on fatherhood and his commitment to fostering a secure, emotionally supportive environment demonstrate how the couple will prioritize family life alongside their constitutional responsibilities. During the health crisis, they curtailed their public engagements, concentrated on family caregiving, disseminated selective updates, and ultimately resumed public appearances. This biographical and public relations strategy effectively balanced transparency with discretion. Should the rumor regarding a fourth child prove accurate, it will be perceived as both a private familial joy and a public testament to resilience following significant adversity. Regardless of the veracity of the claims, the couple's management of illness transparency and recuperation over the past year has significantly influenced public perceptions of royal existence, especially concerning parenthood partnership and public vulnerability. As the Wales family embarks on a new chapter, their choices regarding disclosure and engagement will shape this narrative. The discourse regarding these narratives illustrates the impact of contemporary royal biographies on national dialogue, even in the absence of evidence. An institution symbolizing continuity interprets significant life events, births, illnesses, marriages with complexity. Media analysts and the public will examine and interpret the prince and princess's choices regarding the inclusion of a future child, the extent of disclosure, and the equilibrium between private and public responsibilities. The matter of a fourth child transcends familial concerns. It will serve as a lens to evaluate the evolving monarchy parental transparency and public compassion during periods of personal turmoil. Speculation will continue until Kensington Palace provides confirmation. Even conjecture has ramifications. It incites reflection on society's connection with notable figures, the ethics of investigation, and how royal families navigate ordinary joys and sorrows under intense scrutiny. The recent experiences of the Wales family have already initiated a reassessment of public parenting, and regardless of whether a second child arrives, this discourse will undoubtedly influence perceptions of the couple and the monarchy in the forthcoming months and years. Thank you for watching the video. Please let us know your thoughts and goodbye for now.